So today we're covering the early South Asia or the early history of South Asia. Actually, they said at the beginning that the history of South Asia stretches back thousands of years, and at the same time, it has experienced many changes through whatever social structure or even religious or beliefs or traditions. Um, Let me start by the early beginnings at the year of 1920s. Who can tell me what happened at this date? Yes, Yanenu?
Archaeologists in South Asia discovered the remains of one of the oldest known civilizations. Because of its location near the Indus River, this culture is known as the Indus Valley Civilization.
Thank you
It's
very much. Yes, thank you. Let's stop at this part. Yes, so at this date, scientists or archaeologists have discovered the remains of the oldest known civilization. What was the name of the oldest known civilization? It's the Indus Valley Civilization because طبعا it was near the Indus River. All right. Um, its origins, it's back to the year 3500, and actually it has formed about the same time other river valley civilizations around the world. There are two major centers of this valley. What are the two major centers, Maya?
The two major centers of Indus Valley culture were located at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro in modern-day Pakistan.
Yes, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. These are actually called Pakistan today, and these were actually very large cities, which we discovered that we had like dozens of smaller settlements. Written records have mentioned or have explained that we have like people mainly there were having like string of symbols. Okay, so people there have like samples such as the hieroglyphics, but they weren't actually fully deciphered, but they have yani indicated indications, and they have discovered some of the civilization. So how who can tell me how were the cities there, how were life there, yani from the samples that have been deciphers? Judy?
The city streets were laid out in a grid-like pattern.
Yeah.
Most houses were made of brick and had their own wells.
Mhm.
Houses houses even had bathrooms and drains. Although most residents were farmers, craftsmanship flourished as in um,
Evident.
evident from toys and other artifacts.
Yes. So, which means that people also have used this in trading. So again, who can tell me again, the written records by the Indus Valley people, mainly string of symbols, have been deciphered to relieve what kind of life they were living. Who can tell me what kind of life they used to live? How were their houses? What are the facilities they used to have inside their houses? Usama? Usama, go ahead.
City streets there were laid out in grid-like patterns. Houses were made out of brick. They had their own wells. Houses had bathrooms and drains. Uh, that's it.
And also they used their because they have like a craftsmanship was flourished, they used their art craft in trading. Then about after 1000 year, this culture ended. Anyone knows what's the reason behind its end? Why did it end? This culture has ended. Fadia, do you know?
Miss, can you repeat the question again?
Again, after 1000 years, this culture has ended. It only lasted for 1000 years. What brought it to an end?
Um, a natural disaster
Actually, no one
may
knows
have
for
occurred,
sure whether it's a natural disaster.
or a disease, or
Yes, thank you very
yes,
much.
it may be a natural disaster or a disease or
Yes, because it was very old and there are no written record about this. But this culture has ended after 1,000 years, and actually, it's not clear for people how did it end, whether it's a natural disaster, a disease, or maybe an enemy
Miss
invasion.
it ended يعني Miss
Yes, yeah, Fabian.
Miss how it ended like ended يعني all people ولا ended يعني what do you mean by
And
ended?
maybe I will, ما هو they don't know. If it ended by earthquake, so it means that most of people have died. If it ended by an enemy invasion, maybe these enemies came and settled down and built another civilization. If it ended by a disease, also means that most people died, so they forget about their tradition. So we don't know for sure, but whoever, if people died, part of the civilization will be lost because it changes. Or if they got invaded, people will come and put their own civilization. Okay? So then at the end, actually, it was mysterious at the beginning. Then came another civilization. What was it? Came another civilization. Rashwan,
Can you say the question again?
there came another civilization or the start of another civilization. Do you know what is it? It was the beginning of the, if you don't know, it's okay.
Aryans?
Yes, yes, the Aryans. It was the beginning of the Aryans. Who are the Aryans or where did they come from?
I say
Yes.
a group that swept into what is now India about 1500 BC. And they came from the northwest and probably from Russia and Central Asia.
Yes, thank you. So after the end of the Indus Valley River civilization came the Aries civilization, the Aryans civilization. Actually, they are a group of people who swept into what's known today as India. Where did they come from? Mostly they come from Russia or Central Asia. They come as invaders, migrants, or wandering nomads. Okay, actually we have different theories about them. Who can tell me about the different theories? Judy Abaouf.
Okay, yes. About
The
the
theories about
Aryans?
their economic activity. What did
Oh,
they
okay.
do when they came?
Um, People ask so many questions. If they were invaders, migrants, or wandering nomads, and they're likely herded sheep, cows, and other livestock in their homeland. Once in India, they settled down to become farmers.
They become farmers. Thank you. How long did the Aryans civilization lasted? Kenzie Tahan. For how long did it
1,000
last?
years ago.
Yes. Actually, it lasted for about 1,000 years. What did it left behind? Habiba, I can see your
Uh,
hand, Habiba. I'm very happy. Ah, go ahead.
Two important legacies for South Asia.
Yes, please raise your voice, ya Habiba.
Two important legacies for South Asians.
Yes. Thank you, Habiba. What is the first one, Hannah Hamdi?
The first legacy was social.
Mhm.
Uh, Aryans believed that society could be successful only if people followed strict rules and tasks.
Thank
So
you.
they
Yes.
established a system of varnas or castes. Okay.
Castes. Yes. Thank you. Who can define a castes? Let me see. Hannah Erim Guda.
Social classes
Yes.
in which a person is born and cannot change his social class.
Yes. Actually, they have divided people into social classes. If you are assigned to one social class, you cannot change your class, even if you're smarter. Even if you yani, become, after that, you become talented, you cannot change your social class. What was the top class? What was the middle class? Who can elaborate about the classes? Let me see. هنا درغام.
The top class was made up of Brahman or peasants. The next came of the warrior. The third were the merchants. The bottom class consists of laborers,
And
laborers,
peasants,
and peasants.
which are the farmers يعني. So again, the social classes were actually like 4 classes. Who can repeat them again? Let me choose Ali Hisham.
The top class was made up of Brahmins or priests. Next came the
Oh, these
warriors,
are the
and
priests.
third
Yes.
were the merchants.
Hmm.
The bottom class consisted of laborers and peasants.
Thank you very much, Ya Ali. So the caste system had a deep impact on South Asia. What was their impact? And was it good impact or not, Maya?
It was a bad impact, يعني.
Yes.
It causes much inequality.
Yes, it causes actually much inequality because if you're born to one a class, you cannot
You
change your
can change.
class afterwards. So if you were born to a lower class, people you couldn't move up to society regardless of their talents بقى, or whatever they have, which was really inequality. After India has won the independence in the year of 1947, the new country have done something very important. Was it? What was it? After they won their independence, actually from Britain. Usama, Usama.
After the independence, the country outlawed the caste system.
Yes, they have outlawed.
Some effects of the system are still present. Oh, that's it.
Yes. So actually, they have outlawed the caste system. It's very important date, guys. After they won their independence in 1947, finally they have get rid of their system. What about the second legacy? Who can tell me about the second legacy? Let's see. Aysel Rifai.
They composed long poetic texts called Vedas in the ancient Sanskrit language.
Yes. It's a very important language actually. So again, Luigi Ayman, can you tell me what's the second legacy? Thank you, Aysel.
يعني repeat that. Okay.
Yes.
ماشي. They composed long poetic texts called the Vedas in ancient Sanskrit language.
Yes. Vedas are very important, guys, because they were going to be depending on them and also to put their own religion. So the Aryans composed a long poetic text called the Vedas, an ancient Sanskrit language. The Sanskrit language is the parent of which language? Yusuf? Yusuf?
Miss, I'm here.
Okay, can you please tell me the Sanskrit language is a parent of which language?
Of Hindi.
Yes, thank you very much, Yusuf. Actually, it's the parent of the Hindi language. طبعا, as you know, the Hindi language is actually now one of the modern language are spoken widely in India, and also it has influenced the ancient Greek and Latin languages. So, as I told you that the Vedas are, what are the Vedas and how did they influence the country? Nur al-Mahi, Nur is here.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. Noor, what are the
What was the question again?
Vedas?
Eh?
What are the Vedas?
Oh, they were religious hymns
Yes.
handed down orally for many centuries before they were written down. The Rig Veda likely took shape around 1200 before Christ. This poem and a series of hymns in honor of Aryan deities. The hymns are
Hmm.
are full of vivid imagery and philosophical ideas. This poem laid the foundation for the growth of Hinduism.
Hinduism. Thank you. So the Vedas actually are religious hymns, which were handed down at the beginning orally. Then, for many centuries, they were written down. So again, the Vedas were religious hymns, were handed orally, then they were written down. This poem or this hymen is in honor of Aryan deities. Deities means their way of يعني, how to be religious to. يعني in a religious way to talk or actually their religion way of ruling the system. The hymens are full of vivid images and philosophical ideas. Then the poem laid the foundation for the growth of the Hinduism. So as you know that the Hinduism is part or actually their one this was their main religion. So again, we had, who can tell me about the two legacies again? What's the first legacy and what's the second legacy?
It's in the Aryan civilization.
Yes. Okay. Hannah Durgam. Hannah Durgam.
1 second.
So what page are we in?
The, ثواني.
Hannah, if you need time, let Hannah Hamdi, can you start? Then Hannah Durgam can
طب I know the second legacy.
okay.
Miss,
Then
do I
you
say?
start by the first legacy. Okay.
The first legacy was social. The Aryans believed that society could be successful only if people followed strict rules and tasks, so they established a system of varnas or castes.
Okay. The second legacy.
Miss, do I say ولا هنا الغام؟
Yes, Hannah Durgam.
Okay, the second major legacy of Aryan was literally recalled that scholars have not even able to fully this decipher the Indus Valley writing.
Yes. Okay, who can tell me whether the first legacy or the social system was it fair or not fair for them? Maya?
The caste system was not fair. It spread much inequality. If they were born in a lower class, they can change.
Okay, thank you very much. And the Vedas are very important. Why? Who can tell me why the Vedas are very important? Judy Abu Auf?
Me? Okay. The Vedas, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
What are the Vedas and why they are important?
ماشي. They were religious hymns handed down orally for many centuries before they were written down. Um, the Veda
Yes,
likely took shape around the what?
the Rig Veda was the written one.
Oh,
Why it is important? Because it's the foundation of
for growth, for the growth of
Hinduism.
Hinduism. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's move back to the religious traditions. South Asia actually is the birthplace for many major religion. Who can tell me about one of them or the major religion there actually? Let me see. Lujain Noman.
Hinduism.
Yes, it's actually the Hinduism. Who can tell me about the Hinduism? Lujain, can you continue? Okay, كنز الطحاوي.
Okay. Okay, I will continue.
There you go ahead.
Um, Hinduism has no founder, no holy book, and no central set of core beliefs. Hindus usually pay respect to the Vedas and take part in religious rituals.
Rituals. Mhm.
either at home or in a local temple.
Thank you very much, Eloji. So actually, the first point is South Asia, actually, as we said, is the birthplace for several major religions. The first of these, or the most important, is Hinduism. Hinduism has no, often described as a way of life. Yani the meaning of Hinduism is way of life. But actually, Hinduism has no founder, no holy book, no central set of core beliefs. But the also Hinduism usually pay respect to the Vedas. So their main, they are the basic or the main for the actually for the respect for the Vedas. Actually, they take part in religious rituals either at home or at a local temple. So again, who can tell me about the Hinduism? Who can tell me about the Hinduism? Jaina Ayman?
Okay. Hinduism is the way of life with no founder, no holy book, and no central core of beliefs. Hindu pay respect to the Vedas and take place in religion rituals. Hindus believe in reincarnation or rebirth of soul in another body.
Thank you very much. It's actually the rebirth of soul in another body. Anyone has an idea about this? Reincarnation? Anyone has heard about this before?
Uh,
Yes,
Who can tell me? From your own
it's the belief in يعني مثلا if someone died it will this someone will be يعني will be birthed again in another body like another person but same soul.
the same soul. Actually, I've heard about a queen that a Russian queen, actually, maybe, yes, I'm not sure if it was a Russian or Asian, that she lost her son and she have seen a dog and she swear to everybody that this dog has the soul of her deceased son or her dead son. And
This
she, yes,
Arabian.
I'm not sure which one, but yani, I'm not sure if it was Asian or it was Russian. And she insisted that to take the dog with her. So actually, this is part of the reincarnation. They believed that if someone dies, he will have the like a rebirth again, but in another body. Also, this is related to the karma. Anyone has an idea about the idea of karma? Have you ever heard about
Yes,
karma,
can I say?
guys?
Can
I
I?
miss.
Yes, yes,
Miss,
Jude.
can I?
Yes, can I
Yes.
say?
Huh?
I don't
Can I
know.
say?
Miss me.
Judy?
ماشي okay. Karma is when something like this is what I know, yeah.
Ah,
When something like a bad consequence happens or
yes.
لا معجزة.
Huh? You
لا
mean
لا
it's
no
a
no.
miracle?
It's when a bad consequence happens they call it like a karma or something كده happens suddenly. لا I don't.
Who knows about karma? طب this is your
No.
Miss, can I say?
Maya, go
Miss,
ahead.
can I say something?
Miss, it's when like when you do something bad to someone else, karma will hit you and with it.
Yes,
And
it will
you
come
will
back
have
at
the same,
you.
will experience the same thing.
Actually, yes. If you did something wrong to anybody, something
ضمير.
bad, actually karma means that it comes back at you. After a while, this thing could happen to you. This is karma, okay? The belief that actions in life can affect your next life after many lifetimes. Okay, so these are reincarnation and the karma actually are basis now in other cultures. Yeah, now people still believe in this, so they are يعني coming back till today. Actually, an enlightened soul can be released from reincarnation cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Then the soul enters something called a nirvana, a state of eternal bliss. This is also like reincarnation. Around the year of 500 BC, two new religions arose. Who can tell me about them? Rashwan?
Can you repeat the question?
Around the year of 500 BC, two new religions arose. Who can tell me about them? Two new
Can I
religions.
say?
Yes.
Miss, how can you repeat the question, معلش?
Again, two new religions arose around the year of 500 BC in response to Hinduism. يعني they wanted to in response to Hinduism. What are they?
Jainism
Yes. And what it
and
was based on?
Hindu principle of ahimsa or non-injury.
Okay. And the second one, guys, thank you, Ahmed. The second one, Hannah Hamdi, or the second new religion.
1 second. Um, uh, oh, the second new religion began in northeastern India. It was founded by a noble prince named Si. Okay.
Siddhartha.
When Siddhartha Gautama.
Hmm?
When he was 29 years old, Siddhartha, he gave up his wealthy lifestyle and traveled in poverty, searching for spiritual truth.
Yeah.
And he reached his goal at the age of 35 and became known as Buddha or the Enlightened One.
So anyone, of course, you have an idea about Buddha, right?
Yes.
Or the enlightened one. He passed on his followers that he believed to be the Four Noble Truths. What are the Four Noble Truths? What are the Four Noble Truths? Um, Let me choose someone to tell me. Yes. Rujain Norman. What are the Four Noble Truths? Okay.
Miss the noble truth.
Yes. Tell me one.
Okay. Life is full of suffering.
Life is full of suffering. Quiet. Can you continue? Adam, quiet.
The cause of suffering is selfish desire.
Thank
Suffering
you.
can be
Hannah,
stopped by conquering desire.
thank you يا quiet. Hannah أبو المجد.
Desire can be conquered by following the eightfold path: right view, right internet, right speech, right act, right way of living, right effect, right mind lens, and right concrete.
Right? Concentration. So life is full of suffering. The cause of suffering is selfish desire. Suffering can be stopped by conquering desire. Desire can be conquered by the following of the eightfold path: the right view, the right intention, the right speech, the right action, the right way of living, the right effort, the right mindfulness, and the right concentration. These were um, his basic actually true noble truth, or his basic truths. This was the Buddhism. But actually Buddhists largely rejected in the castle system, and Hinduism remained the major religion. So now Hinduism is the main religion in India today, but Buddhism has spread to other Asian countries, while Jainism remains as small but vibrant religion in India. So the most important one is Hinduism. Buddhism has spread also, but mostly to other Asian countries, and Jainism remain very small. Okay, this is the end. The session is about to end. Anyone want to ask any question, guys? Please prepare the
No,
next
thank
part, the three Indian empires, which we'll be covering tomorrow, inshallah. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye.